Hi, Paul Sackis, Good News Broadcast, speaking of Yvon Chouinard. Hi, how are you?
Great, I'm fine.
World-renowned environmentalist and outdoorsman, and urging America to join in environmental and other philanthropic causes. And this is the 40th, let's put it this, the 40th, however many years planet Earth has been here, it's been Earth Day. Wouldn't you agree to that one?
Yeah, 40 years.
Okay, and now this one is a 40-year celebration, and there's all kinds of Earth Days. We celebrate one on the spring equinox, and then we have this, the Dennis Hayes one, we have the John McConnell one, we have an International Earth Day, and every day's Earth Day. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I think it needs to be, that's for sure. It's just like, Mother's Day shouldn't just be one day a year.
That's another very, very solid point. So, how's the blacksmithing business?
Well, that was my previous life, being a blacksmith and hardcore mountain climber and stuff.
Uh-huh. Did that got you close to the environment, though, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I've been a skier and a whitewater kayaker and a climber, and I've climbed on every continent. And, I used to spend 250 days a year in a sleeping bag, really.
You did a lot of climbing up there in Yosemite. I know that. We started many years ago the Nature Series on PBS.
Oh, yeah.
I was involved with that. We did the opening right there in Yosemite. What a beautiful place, huh?
It's the most beautiful place on Earth, I think.
You love that one. Okay. Yeah. We picked the right place to start the Nature Series. So tell us what's happening here. It sounds like a beautiful outreach, and people can get involved.
Well, American Express asked me to get involved in helping people kind of take the first step in doing some good, whether it's for the environment or whether it's for your favorite charity or volunteering to do some work. And, I find that often that first step is difficult. Otherwise, everybody would do it. But the second step is really easy, and the third is even easier because you realize, hey, this is fun, and I'm doing good work, and I'm sleeping at night.
Sounds good to me. And so it's called the Members Project, right?
Yeah, the Members Project. Yeah, and so you can go online at membersproject.com and get all the details on how to get involved. And it's just a way to help people who have never really done anything to get over that first little hump.
And it's a combination here. There's a company, it's an organization that does good, takepart.com, independent online community, connects its members directly to the issues and inspire them and engage. A bunch of different kinds of issues, different ways to get about it. And American Express, they really are out there doing good themselves.
Yeah, they are. And I think it's appreciated by me and a lot of other people.
They put you on a beautiful TV commercial. You look good there. I want to make that comment.
That's the first time I've ever done anything like that.
Well, your stores, the Patagonia stores, it's just such a positive feeling. And you've been a sustainably minded company since the beginning, haven't you?
Yeah, that's our mission statement. Is basically to use business to inspire and implement solutions to the environmental crisis. It's the reason why we're in business, and we take 1% of our sales and give that away every year to about 400 different environmental organizations. And over the years, that's amounted to about, $35 million or so.
Mm-hmm. Great. That's a beautiful thing. If we think about volunteering and as you say, the goodness of doing it, and I think people should also, have the realize that there's a social opportunity to it as well, because there's like-minded people. You're a do-gooder, the lady or the guy next to you is a do-gooder. Maybe we have a match here.
Yeah, I think people who don't volunteer or who don't donate or who are not involved are cheating themselves, because it really feels good afterwards.
Let's talk about Mother Earth. In that you're, so close to it, and your heart and soul is in it. And maybe it was 3 million years ago, we were all ice. And then somehow we ended up becoming continents. And then we ended up having concerns about water. And we do a series called The Water Hour, so water is a big one. But how do you see the future of planet Earth, Mother Earth?
Well, if we don't do something, it could be a pretty grim future. I mean, we're using up the resources of 7 planets. You know, we're not only at peak oil, we're at peak water, peak topsoil. But, you know, the problem is not the government. The problem is not just corporations, you know, that are destroying the planet. It's us. We're the ones. We're consumers. You know, you see the stock market go up and down according to our confidence level. If you look at the definition of consumer in Webster's, it's one who uses up, who destroys. That's who we are. We're not citizens anymore. So if we're the problem, we're also the solution.
By far, so true, so true. We are all in this together. We have a saying here: all we are is what we are for each other. To now figure out ways to deal with some of these concerns worldwide. A day like the Earth Day, which has grown out of originally San Francisco area and built up over the years, and International Earth Days and ringing of bells, and little kids going to be walking a couple miles to parks and hugging trees and concerts and so on. Are we getting a little better here?
Well, yeah, I hope so, and I hope we realize that it's not just one day out of the year that we do those things, that you know, we have to do it every day. Every day needs to be Earth Day, and you know, each of us in our own way can do something. I mean, I just saw the President Obama recently on national television in some foreign country, I don't remember where, but he reaches down and picks up a piece of trash. That could influence a tremendous number of young people.
That's a good one. It's the same thing here in the subway or on the street. It's actually, you know, we do good news, broadcast. That's the name of it, and it's the main mission of what we have is to hopefully inspire others to do good. Because when you hear about somebody like you who does good in the business world, in the personal world, hopefully someone hears that, sees that, and now they say, you know, maybe I can pick up a piece of trash too, right?
Yeah, that's right. And you know, you don't have to be wealthy to donate money. I mean, if you're a true capitalist, you'll understand that $10 given away now is worth more than $100 given away 10 years from now, because that $10 starts working right away. And that's capitalism.
That's an interesting way. I didn't hear Dale Carnegie say it that way. That's very nice. So you giving it away now has a tremendous growth factor to it, financially even.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's surprising. The most philanthropic people in America are the poorest people. They account for the vast majority of charity that's given away.
I believe that to be so. You know, I'm looking at the old TakePart.com, which is, you know, their website to send people over to the issues: environment, energy, food, animal welfare, health, education, global affairs, human and civil rights, for example. These are all crime and government corrections, business, poverty, science, arts, culture. There's a lot of ways that people can give, right?
Oh, yeah, there's any number of ways, absolutely. You just take your favorite topic and get involved in it.
If you had to choose, what would you choose?
Well, for me, it's just the environment, because, you know, you protect what you love. And I love this planet. I love having a life in nature all my life. I want to keep it as wild as possible.
The more wild, the more fresh air I think we get too, right? Because photosynthesis?
Yeah, absolutely. Fresh air, fresh water. You know, we're part of nature, and what we do with nature, we do to ourselves.
Isn't it nice that in our lifetime that the guys discovered some of that DNA stuff, that we have the similar DNA as the tree that we go over and hug? What do you think of that?
Yeah, you're turning me into a Buddhist here.
The scientists are turning us into Buddhists. They've figured out that DNA has similarities in the plants, and I think that's pretty darn good news.
Yeah, well, when I'm climbing some rock, I like to think that the rock is alive. I mean, there's atoms in there that are moving around, bumping against each other. So if life is motion, then those rocks are alive, and it's a harmless thing to believe, and it makes me want to protect rocks.
I believe the same way. I even believe that same way in the subway here in New York. We're all just banging up against each other. Well, the energy levels within each of us, yes, it's just like a rock.
Yeah,
Last question.
Right.
I look forward to sitting down with you here. Also, what's good news for you?
Well, I think the fact that people are becoming more aware of the problems, and more people want to do something about it.
Beautiful. Okay. Thank you very much for doing all the good that you do, and much continued success, health, and happiness.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.